Hello everyone, welcome to Twine by Design. This is a video that I'm going to show you how to make a gnome using our butcher's twine that we sell on our website. Butcher's twine comes in a cone of material. We have 1/2 pound and 1 pound sizes. Butcher's twine comes in this color, so it's a natural cotton and polyester, and it comes in this kind of natural color. This is a gnome I made previously with a curly mustache. But the butcher's twine is dyeable, and I've dyed a lot of it in the past. I have a lot of colors that I've made, and then I put them on cardboard makeshift spools here, and I just usually label them with the color that I dyed it to. The process to dye the material is very easy. I use plastic containers or glass jars, and I use RIT dye. And so it's a little bit of a process when you go through it. You use hot water, use the RIT dye, put them in a container, soak them as long as you want to obtain the color that you're looking for. And then you rinse it, and I use a rack that I like to dry them on. And then once they're dry, I put them on these boards so that I can use them for any project that I have going on. I have, again, quite a few. I have lots of different colors. And I usually like to spend a day dyeing. So if I know that I'm going to be doing it, I'll pick out a whole bunch of colors. You can go on RIT's webpage, and there are hundreds of colors that they can tell you how to formulate. And it's a very simple process. So I've already done all the dyeing for what I'm going to be making today. So you're going to use a 2.2 inch wooden ring. And I use a couple of different kinds of beads. One bead is for the nose. Just needs to have a large enough hole that you can pass the butcher's twine through to create and you could use a different size. It doesn't matter what size you use. It depends on the size of the nose that you'd like to use. I usually use a smaller one like this. And then I usually use some kind of bead, either a colored one or a natural one at the top, just to tie it off at the very top. I also often, when I'm using beads, I use a needle like this. It's a plastic needle, and you feed the material through the center here, just so that you could feed it through these beads. It's a little difficult to get the butcher's twine through them. Okay, I've already cut all of the material that's necessary to make this. You can use any kind of paper towel tube, toilet paper tube. They're all the same size, and you just cut a piece off. It's about 1 inch. Again, it's up to you the size that you want to use. It'll be the brim of the hat, so you can cut it to any size. I already have that cut here, and I already have my other pieces here. What else you'll need is, to make the beard, you'll want to use about 10 pieces, and they're about 1 foot long each, that we're going to tie around the wooden ring. You're going to tie these around here. For the one I'm going to make, he's going to have a little bit of like a rusty red kind of beard, and so I'm using a couple of different colors that I've dyed, and we're going to kind of mix them together. And then so again, there's 10 of those. You have to cut 2 additional ones to make the mustache, and it can be as long as you want that to be. And then there are approximately 22 pieces for the hat. They need to be about 9 inches long when you cut them. I just kind of, rough it, because by the time you tie it all together and make the hat, you're going to trim it once you make the hat afterwards. It just has to be long enough to be able to be pulled up and tied around. So I have about 22 here of the hat. And again, I'm going to make a green hat, and it's going to be a couple of different shades of green all together. And then there's one more string that you'll need to tie the hat together at the end. Okay, so we'll start by making his beard. So you're going to group it together, like half the string together like that, and you send it through the loop, through the tube here, and then you pull it through. So you'll be making this kind of knot. Just tighten it up, leave it right there, get your next color, same thing, through, loop, but see, I turned it upside down and I'm twisting it in the wrong way. You always have to put it through the same way. There we go. Send it through because you're going to want this knot piece on the front like that. And again, I'm making this out of several different colors, so I'm just going to kind of space apart these colors. Just keep looping them through, tightening it. You can always come back and tighten them later when you have them in place where you want them to be. Got some tan color in here. This is kind of going to be, it's for St. Patrick's Day. It's going to be a St. Patrick's Day gnome. He's going to have reddish beard. He's going to have a green hat on. I have a little embellishment to glue onto his hat. I do have a hot glue gun over here too. You'll need that just to put the nose on. Sometimes I use it to fasten this. If you really want to keep this tight and on, like once this is on, you could always glue a little ledge right here to make sure that they always stay tied. Just keep looping this through. There we go. I'm sure you can buy these wooden rings at a craft store. Amazon, I'm sure, sells them. Same with the wooden beads. Almost done here with the beard. I also have a comb, like a metal comb that I use to comb out this string. It is a twisted yarn, so it needs to kind of come undone. And you brush it out, and then you can trim the beard. You could make it a triangle, you can make it circular, you can do whatever. So this is what it looks like when that part's done. Okay, we're gonna comb that out. There's my metal comb. It's kind of easier if you start at the ends. It's a horrible noise. Scraping on the table. Do the ends. Try the smaller side. There we go. I just hold at the top where you've made the knots just so it stays in place. The more you comb it, it kind of twists around. It'll come undone now. Working it until you get it where you want it to be. They make another kind of brush that kind of has wire bristles. You could use that too. I have it somewhere here. I think it's on my wall over there. I prefer using a comb. Just keep flipping it back and forth until you get that all combed out. Streaky beard. There we go. So it looks like that. I'm just going to cut it straight across. You can trim it up later. Once he's completely done, we can comb this up a little bit again. It's good I'm not a hairdresser because that is very crooked. There we go. Okay. Toss that garbage to the side. So there, that part of it is done. Now we'll fish through our little loop here. 2 pieces of dyed butcher's twine for his mustache. See if we can get 2 through at the same time. That worked good. There we go. Okay, so once you have that through, you're gonna want to brush that out. Hold on to it while you're brushing it. You'll get one side kind of combed out. And again, you can make this piece longer, shorter. Once it's done, you can trim it. I've already used starch spray, and I've made handlebar mustaches or like sideways bow tie mustaches. You can do whatever. Once you start making these, you get a little creative, make whatever you want. So there's the mustache and the nose. And again, you can comb this out later too. I like to put a little bit of glue inside here. Like in the, just so it doesn't pull completely out. Put a little tiny piece in there. And then what we'll do is we'll glue a little spot here in the middle. There you go. And we're going to put that right there. Okay, there's his mustache and his nose. And that part's all put together. Now we'll set that to the side, and we're going to do the hat. So you're going to take this piece that you've created, and you're going to, again, half these, and you send it through the back, and then pass the pieces through, and then pull that tight. Because this is just a thin cardboard, just be careful not to rip it. You just kind of tighten it like that. And I just go around, and here I'm going to use different colors. So I'm just going to kind of vary the colors a little bit, but you'll just want to keep going around. And there's, again, about 20 or so of these, maybe 22, to fill this whole brim of the hat that you want to go around with. Just keep tightening them a little bit and keeping them right next to each other, and continue.